I've been self-employed and running my own business for a little over a year now, and it really has been a wild ride. I really feel like I have learned so much in my first year of business and have really grown and developed as a person. Today, I'll be chatting about 10 things that I've learned from my first year in business and giving you a few tips about what you can expect if you are looking to start a business in the future. So number one is that being in business is really hard work. You really do have to put in the time and the effort to grow your business. Hard work does pay off though, so you do need to stick at it. My first year in business has had a lot of ups, but also a lot of downs too. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of hours, but I really wouldn't change a thing. I really do enjoy what I do, so it makes the hard work worth it. Number two is that you have to promote yourself. When I first started out last year, I told everybody that I knew what I was doing, and I really did put myself out there. This was how I got my first clients, which were friends or people in my network that I already knew. I also put out flyers in my local neighborhood, letting people know who I was and what I was doing now. Basically, you really do need to put yourself out there and let everyone know who you are and what you're doing to grow your business. Number three, you have to manage your time wisely. It did take me a little while to figure this one out and begin to manage my time really well. Obviously, I'm juggling many balls at once, being a mum and a wife, running my business, and also now doing this YouTube channel too. The beauty of being self-employed is that you can choose your hours that you work, so I can really work everything around my kids and my family schedule. I tend to work school hours around my kids. I also sometimes work late at night after they've gone to bed or early in the morning before they wake up. I know exactly what needs to be done each day. I take time to prioritize my tasks, and then I work through everything methodically to ensure that everything that needs to be done that day gets done. I use a calendar and I schedule in everything that needs to be done so that I can make sure I'm staying on top of all of my work. Number 4 on this list is don't be afraid to pick up the phone. I know some people have a real fear of picking up the phone and cold calling people. Luckily, this is not really a problem that I have, and I have no issues with picking up the phone and cold calling anybody. My advice for anyone who struggles with cold calling people is to picture the worst that can happen, which is basically the person you're cold calling will say, no thank you, I'm not interested, or the worst case scenario, they'll just hang up the phone on you. And in the big scheme of things, that's not really that bad. I have managed to get a few new clients this way, so I really do recommend giving it a go, and what's the worst that can happen. Number 5, before you go into business, I think it's really important that you establish your why. Why are you going into business? Why are you doing what you're doing? Who is it that you're going to be helping? You need to have a focus and a reason to get out of bed each day. You need to have a big why. This will help you stay focused, motivated, and help you get through those really tough days. For me personally, my why is that I want to help people. I want to help people reach their goals of buying their first home or upgrading to their next home or buying their first investment property. I want to help people become successful with their finances and build wealth. And on a personal level, I went into business and became self-employed because I want to have flexibility with my work schedule and be able to work around my family, especially my kids, because they are so young at the moment. I really do want to have a nice work-life balance, which is still a work in progress at the moment. Number 6 on this list is to approach networking with a what's in it for you approach rather than a what's in it for me approach. All of the professionals that I work with and network with, I offer them something of value. This is usually putting them in touch with some of my clients so that they can assist them, or making sure that their names get in front of clients so that clients can reach out to them if they want to. What I've personally found is that when I offer something of value to my network, they tend to respect me a little bit more and also tend to refer clients back to me. My kind of base philosophy around this is give everything and expect nothing in return, but if something comes back in return, that's great and it's a nice little bonus. Number 7 is that you need to stay motivated. This kind of comes back to having your why established and having it as a driving force behind what you're doing. There will be tough patches and tough days. Trust me, I've had a lot of those over the last year. It can be really hard to stay motivated when things aren't going great, but you really do need to keep the momentum going. When I'm not feeling so motivated, I give myself 3 tasks to complete each day. One of them is usually reaching out to someone within my network to have a chat or arrange a catch up for a coffee or something. I found that sometimes just getting out away from the office and having a catch up and a chat with someone can help boost your motivation again and help get you refocused and keep you motivated. The 8th thing that I've learned from my first year in business is that it can be really lonely. I work from home most of the time and am pretty much by myself all day until I pick my kids up after school. It can get really lonely spending that much time alone and sometimes not having a conversation with anyone for several hours. So again, something that I do to try and combat the lonely feeling is get out and catch up with someone. Have a coffee, have a chat, and just reconnect with people. Something else I do during the day is just put a little bit of music on that just helps me feel a little bit more comfortable rather than just sitting in silence all day. Number 9 is that you need to be genuine and add value. I mentioned this a little bit before when I was talking about my network and adding value to their lives, but also in terms of clients, you need to be authentic, genuine, and add value to their lives too. My role as an advisor is to make their lives easier and take the stress out of the home buying journey or the mortgage application process. I tend to look for little ways I can go above and beyond to do this. Sometimes the smallest things can really be a big thing for someone else, so never underestimate doing the little things to help people. The final thing on this list that I've learned from my first year in business is that you have to take some time to celebrate your little wins and successes. This really does help with keeping you motivated and keeping you in a positive mindset. I always have a little celebration when a client goes unconditional in their finance when they're buying a home. I really love making those phone calls to clients and letting them know that their finance is unconditional and hearing them just so happy on the other end of the phone. It really does make what I do so much more worthwhile, and I get great joy out of celebrating my clients' successes. I also take some time to celebrate when I hit goals or milestones in my business because I think it's really important that you do celebrate your wins. So there you have it, 10 things I've learned from my first year in business. It really has been an interesting year and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the next year goes. This is a little different from my usual content, so if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe as this really does help my channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.